Hi, Charlie here from LubeYouDo.com, and today we're going to be changing the oil and filter on this 2009 Mazda 6 with a 4-cylinder engine. We've got our complete Lube You Do kit here ready to go. In this case, we need 5.3 quarts of 5W20 oil. And Mazda made a mid-year change between the cartridge filter and the spin-on filter in 2009. In our case, the car calls for the cartridge filter, so we'll show you how to handle that. Let's get started. Okay, so we've gained access to the engine compartment, and on this engine, the oil filler cap is back here. You can see it's clearly labeled 5W20. So I want to take that cap off, and I like to pop the dipstick as well so that no oil gets trapped into the tube for the dipstick. All right, so to get you oriented to where the pieces are on this car, this is the front of the car right here, and just inside under the front is the oil filter, and there's a plastic guard here, but it's got a nice big hole to make this accessible. And again, this is the cartridge filter, so we'll take a look at that in detail here in a second. And then if you move straight on back from there, you'll find another opening in the cover. There's the drain plug right there. It's just on the back of the oil pan like you would expect to find it. All right, I've moved the camera around towards the back of the car, looking forward towards this drain plug so you can see where that is. There's a pretty big opening here. I don't think I'm going to use the oil diverter in this situation. I'm going to hope that the oil will, as it comes out, will fall before it gets up onto this lip here. I'd hate for it to collect up in there, but I don't think it will. So I'm just going to use my box, get it positioned underneath here, remove this drain plug, and get this oil out of here. 13 millimeter socket is what fits best here, and I'm using a ratchet here to make sure that I turn it in the right direction, and have it moving here already. So let's see if I can do it by hand. I can, and I want to position my box so that it will catch this flow, and I'm just going to let this drain plug fall right down into the box. Okay, there we go. We'll let that drain into our box. Since I'm not using an oil diverter, I might need to slide that box towards the opening as this flow slows, just to make sure that all the drips and everything make it in. So I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit, and then get our drain plug, start it back into the hole. Might get just a few more drips out of there, but that's pretty much done. Set our ratchet for tightening, and snug that on up there. All right, that ought to be just fine. Oil filter's even a little more accessible than the drain plug because it's closer to the front of the car. It's got an Allen key here on the bottom. A 6 millimeter is what is appropriate for that. And if I remove this door here on the bottom, this little cap, then this allows me to drain the oil out of the oil filter before I remove the larger black plastic cap. So I'm going to take this plug out, make sure I got my box down here where it'll catch the oil that runs out of here. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. And there we go. So we're down to just a few drips left here, and now I'm going to use a cap wrench to remove this plastic piece here to get to the filter that's above. This is much like a spin-on filter would be. It's just that in this case the canister of the filter is sort of built into the car, and it's just this cap that's going to come off here that has the filter element inside. So it's fairly loose now. I can do it by hand. So we're going to go ahead and drop the cartridge out of here. There we go. Let whatever oil is left run down into the box there, but you can see that is the filter element itself, and that's what we will be replacing. This is our new filter that's going to go in, and of course it's going to just slide right on over this piece here like that. But the new filter comes with two O-rings as well, a small one and this larger one, and we need to replace those. The small one goes on the little plug that was, in essence, came out of the bottom of this cap. And the larger one, you can see the old one was green originally here. The old one goes, this green one comes off, and we'll put this new black one on there to replace that. And then once we have that done, we're ready to put the thing, just put it right back up into the car. So I'm going to use a screwdriver here to pry off this old washer or O-ring. Doesn't really matter if I damage that old one in any way. It's served its purpose. And I'm going to take this new black one on, and we'll slide that on over, clear over that seal there till it's down in place like that. So that's now ready. And I'll use my screwdriver again here to pry this larger one off. Once you get it started, it comes right off of there. So we'll discard that. The new one slides down over the top. And there's a little oil here already to lubricate that's left over, but it's a good idea to take some fresh oil to lubricate those gaskets so that when you screw this in and this starts to seal with the engine, it doesn't catch or bind on anything. You want it to slide easily. All right, so we're back underneath, and I'm going to wipe off this area down here where this whole canister piece goes. Just clean out any of the old oil that's still hanging around in there. All right, that looks good. And now we're ready to take our new filter in the cap and just screw it back on, very much like you would a spin-on filter. You can feel the gasket come in contact there. So now I'm going to use my cap wrench, set my ratchet to tighten. Just snug that up. I'm going to go more than one turn because I can feel that it wasn't really getting snug yet. But it's there now. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And because I wasn't able to tighten this thing good out there, it was off the car, I'm going to just snug that up a little bit too. So now we're ready to put the oil back in the engine. And I'm going to take advantage of these pouches here and this open space in the engine. And these allow me to, set this down in this hole here before I lift up on it and start pouring. So I can pour it right into the opening there. It is with these spout pouches if you got an open engine compartment like this, you can just get this right down where you need it before you turn it up and pour it right in, even a small opening like this, without having to have a funnel. And then you can, in essence, fold the pouch back closed, squeeze it like you might a ketchup bottle to get all the oil out of it in a pretty quick hurry there. This is the sixth one. 5.3 is what we're after, so I'm just going to put in about a quarter, a little more of this. Don't want to go too full, and then we'll start the engine, let it run, check for leaks, and then let it sit for just a few minutes and check our levels. I want to put the cap back on before I start it and push that dipstick back in so that things are sealed up. All right, so we start the engine. Check that our oil pressure comes up, or if there's an oil light that it goes off. Looks like it's right between. So I think that we're good. It's as easy as that.